And the guile of Ginobili was on display. With the Warriors over the limit, Manu wasn't doing anything other than trying to lure someone into a foul. And he's really good at it. We mentioned the Spurs, the best free-throwing team in the NBA. So all the pump fakes, every time they show you the ball, they got to be disciplined against San Antonio more than any other team.
Well, you have to give Ginobili a little room and yet still be aware that he likes to shoot threes from a standstill position.
So Manu was 7 off the bench. Klay Thompson spilled off the ball. Harrison Barnes. This is a continuing problem for Harrison. He has the ball at his waist when he beats people, and he gets it stripped a lot.
Well, we saw him beat smaller inside, okay? When he's got Aldridge, I'll see him actually at about 18 to 20 feet, square up on him and give him a couple little jabs.
Get rested. Now he's back in the final 2 minutes. Kawhi Leonard, well defended by Barnes.
Got a little bit of a break here. Early offense.
Draymond thought about that three. Iguodala finding him again. Inside out, and the three made. That's what Draymond Green can do with threes. That's why Steve Kerr doesn't want the early three. Work and get a better three.
We got a new game here, and how about the patience of Draymond to give it up, and he got it back. That just leads to more selfless play.
Tony Parker off iron. Draymond Green will lose that rebound. That inside position, he just couldn't collect it.
I mean, he goes up after, doesn't he? Yeah, he was held a little bit, so he couldn't put both hands on it cleanly. But that's no qualms there. You can't call a foul on that.
And Klay Thompson stole the inbound. He and Draymond combining on the steal. Curry, little push shot, banking it home, and the Warriors have the lead.
They have no idea he's going to stop and go all the way, or maybe set it back up. Not many people stop like that on a dime and then release. And 2 defenders are nearby.
So Steph's got 9, Kawhi Leonard's got 9. Leonard well defended again, and these rebounds are critical, and the Spurs are winning. Ginobili, a wild throw, and Aldridge batting it home.
You get penetration there, you get help, then you don't block off the man, and that's what happens. That's a natural progression.
Warriors can't freeze out in the half. And the 2 best defensive teams in the league have also, I think, answered the call. Is done. You got to love the competitiveness that these teams have battled in this first half.
There's a look.
Klay Thompson missed everything. Draymond tried to save, but it hit the baseline.
That's about the most clear look that Klay Thompson has had all evening.
So San Antonio led by 5 at the end of 1, 19-14.
At number 9, Iguodala.
We're tied at 35.
Number 12, Andrew Morgan.
19-14, is that the last time that this close to half there's been a score in the NBA? 35 all.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, this is not an NCAA tournament game. This is just phenomenal defense from 2 incredible teams. Patty Mills in, Ian Clark in. They don't want Klay Thompson to get his 3rd foul, so he will sub out. Remember, also Steph has 2, so Steve Kerr not going to risk either one of them picking up a 3rd. Not in the final 16 seconds. Shot clock off as the Spurs play for 1. Kawhi with 4. Kawhi Leonard with 3. He will rise and misfire. And very appropriately, this is the lowest score. Kawhi Leonard, Tony Parker, and Danny Green. No Tim Duncan and no Leandro Barbosa. Both resting for their teams. Curry having it stolen by West.
Try to go all the way. Just go one dribble. We'll get somebody leaning, and we'll get an open shot from the player up top.
So Aldridge, first 2 buckets of the second half. Clay's been bottled up, and Kawhi Leonard taking it away. And Leonard missing that 3. It'll just go out of bounds. The Spurs 2 of 11 on threes. The Warriors 4 of 12.
And both those threes made by the Spurs came from bench players, Ginobili, Mills. The starters haven't made one. We know they're capable. We know this guy's capable. Harrison, 2 points, 1 of 6 shooting first half.
Straight up! Klay Thompson.
They're letting them play.
Got it back after the miss. Draymond Green 3 is off iron.
Klay's a little exasperated. So is Steve Kerr. That he didn't get a call there.
Parker with a mid-range.
They're going to have a timeout. They need one.
Greg and Coletta are here. History tonight, either tying the Bulls or a chance to break or tie on Wednesday, as the guys said. Either way, must-see TV. Danny Green with a steal. Danny Green flipping it up and in. What a tough finish.
Well, the Warriors have turned the ball over, Antonio.
Now an 8-0 burst by the Spurs to begin the third.
They've hit 4 of their first 5 shots. The only shot they missed was a 3 by Leonard. You got to have your A-plus game to beat them.
Play missing, but Draymond Green following it home. So finally, second chance bucket for the Warriors.
First time tonight, nice. We know Draymond competes. Here comes that little 2-man game. So Bogut helps, but the pass went errant.
Shot clock at 7. That high screen roll with Parker. Letting it back out to David West. A little show and go. Green corner 3, and Klay back for the rebound.
Curry got lost for a moment there because Green had a look.
Steph Curry from deep. Steph is 1 of 4 on threes.
He hasn't taken a lot of shots tonight, 4 of 9.
Leonard soaring and slamming that one home.
Well, that was impressive. I think Andrew Bogut thought he had him. He just out-quicked him at the rim. Just get away and let Draymond Green take Tony Parker.
Steph Curry bounced around. That'll be a foul.
Harrison was trailing the play there, couldn't get through the screen, and Bogut could not get to the iron before Kawhi Leonard.
That was swift and sudden. What a finish.
And strong. Good look here.
Curry hitting a 3. As you said, Jim, you have to be pretty perfect to beat San Antonio in this building.
Steph Curry gets open more often out of out-of-bounds plays like that. Somehow he can lose his defender with a screen or so.
Kawhi Leonard, the post up on Klay Thompson.
Stay down on the pump fake, stay down.
Turn around, he shot it long, and Curry rebound to back threes. A 2-point ball game in San Antonio inside 8 minutes.
This the Warriors specifically. He said, I just feel lucky to be a part of this whole thing, to be able to coach these guys. They're all coachable, they're all talented, and they're fun to be around.
I think that's the key part of it, and it's in the image of the Spurs. Character people, great organization, great coach, and great fun. Bogut and David West.
I love it in there.
Physical inside, Klay Thompson flipping it up and in.
Oh, I love the little dippity-doo.
I mean, that's the thing. The Warriors have so much fun. The Spurs the same. The level of professionalism.
Look at the game open up, and you get stops, you get turnovers, and you get looks.
And Curry and Klay trying to get San Antonio in a scattered defense. Curry, deep 3. Bogut is there. The putback is good.
And the Warriors have the lead. This is all they needed. We'll see if they can sustain it. Some stops flowing into the open court. And Curry knocks down 2 threes. And they get an offensive putback.
Shot clock at 3. Green from deep. Bogut inhales the rebound.
And they got a flow here.
Anything in transition, and Steph is fouled.
This is the type of tempo and pace the Warriors want. So the missed three by Stephen, but Bogut says, all right, comes right to me, I'll put it back in.
How about that, a little tic-tac-toe?
So Bogut, a quick 4 in less than a minute.
This becomes the Warriors' biggest advantage. They had trailed by 9. Draymond a little too physical, crowding LaMarcus Aldridge.
Number 23, Draymond Green, his third personal, first team.
Inside leading Draymond, and Draymond stays with that play. And again, they are trying to prevent layups. So David West comes over. That's when Bogut takes up the slack. Turn the tables on the Spurs like they were doing in the first half.
So Aldridge, double figures. Leonard, double figures. Steph and Draymond double figures for the two teams. Season ticket priority wait list at $25,500. Your opportunity to get priority pre-sale access to playoff tickets and exclusive access to season tickets when they become available at 888-GSW-HOOP.
All right, let's see if their half-court offense can get some kind of a pattern.
Curry, little teardrop, good.
See, they've broken the ice a little bit with early offense in this quarter, and now they feel a little more free, even in the half court.
At Oracle, 120-90 Warrior win.
Yes.
112-101 Warrior win. The San Antonio win was 87-79. Any loosening in the game, any tempo, any scoring favors the Dubs. West with a runner of his own, and he'll draw a foul.
Basket will count. Harrison Barnes, his first personal, second team.
This little pump fake, and Harrison Barnes
overextended,
overextended, reached a little bit. Rather than sliding out, when you come out of a man like West can shoot that shot, but you could tell he didn't want to shoot that shot.
Well, think of the fundamentals for San Antonio. Ginobili, pump fake, and then.
Yes.
You have David West, pump fake, and they put the defense in jeopardy all the time.
Well, you got to come out on balance, but with your weight actually going backward rather than forward as you slide out to it.
Iguodala 3, ripping that out. David West will send Kawhi Leonard on his way.
First shot for Iguodala tonight in 13+ minutes. And as you say, you need secondary scores.
Aldridge is a very good third quarter.
Well, he's been their most consistent scorer all game.
He had 8 in the first half. He's got 8 in the third. And the Spurs tied things at 51. Curry on Ginobili and rim that out.
He can beat Ginobili. Ginobili cannot stay with him, but there was nowhere to drive because they're waiting for him inside. He has to pick his spots. They're going to Aldridge each time here.
Aldridge. Can't stop that at 6'10" with that skill level.
Well, they may have to make a decision to double on the catch.
Draymond on the kick to Bogut, and he was held.
Now this can be his first personal, first team. Get for the Spurs.
Andrews there, but
it's been the barometer in the 3 previous games, Jim. He was dominant here in San Antonio. He had off games in Oracle. When he's on, the Spurs win. When he's off, the Warriors win.
Well, he had 26 in that win here. Well, he and Kawhi Leonard are the future of this team. Tim Duncan, sitting out today's game, scored 21 against Denver, but he was totally ineffective in the game at Oracle on April the 7th. Tim Duncan only played 19 minutes and 4 points. He was minus 13 in the game.
Barnes finding Iguodala, and he hits a 3. So the Warriors have gone small here.
Yep.
Draymond is the center with Barnes, Iguodala, Livingston, and Steph Curry.
So David West out, so they'll stay Draymond Green on Aldridge.
Aldridge well defended that time. Curry seeking space. Steph attacking. Good catch by Barnes, saved his turnover. He gets it back, his three is perfect!
Well, they're moving the ball, they're moving themselves, open spaces, and they're finding them. Fun. They're inspired, they're playing inspired basketball right now.
They wanted Kawhi initially, now Mills driving, and he's fouled.
Let's watch this. Curry, he goes inside, draws the defenders, kicks it out. He knows Barnes is going to be there. So that's pass number 2. And Curry then all of a sudden ends up on the wide elbow for an open look.
I love that wide look because you can hear Steve Kerr move the ball and then reverse it to the other side.
Yes.
And for Steph, give it up and then get it back. It was all illustrated right there.
Perfectly.
In for the Spurs.
The defense has a difficult time recovering. They're looking at the ball, they look one way, and all of a sudden it zips around the horn. And you got a long distance to cover.
So Mills hitting them both. High-level game with the Warriors up 2. San Antonio led by 5 at the end of 1. We were tied at halftime. Curry, 13 in the corner.
He's had 2 of those little floaters now. Getting in between shots. Not layups, not threes. Beating the defense that way. Looking to get contact here.
Ginobili off iron. Barnes high for the rebound. Draymond in motion to a cutting Livingston. And he's bottled up. And the Spurs come up with a steal. Green to Anderson. Well done.
Yeah, Sean would have been better served just to hold on to the ball a little longer. I don't think it was any jeopardy.
You said you make a mistake against the Spurs, they capitalize every time. Curry soaring in to finish. Field goal and the foul for the MVP.
Well, he's been a game changer here in this quarter. He goes in strongly, but he has a quick release just before the peak of his jump. Just releases it as he's still going up. That is one terrific finish with his left hand.
And Steph even had the Draymond flex at the end.
That was impressive.
So Draymond Green going to get a bit of a rest here as Zealy checks in.
Draymond needs
a field goal, foul, and free throw for Stephen Curry. He's got 27 in the game, and the Warriors' largest lead is right now. David West bothered in the paint. Shot clock at 7, and Curry fouling Patty Mills. That'll be his third.
Well, he dug down in and helped Festus. But Festus did a good job staying down on the pump fakes of David West. I like to see that matchup. It's going to be tough to shoot over Festus Ezeli. It's going to be a jump hook. Not many jump shots over. He will get a sandwich. Watch the contact. Ginobili is always going to fool you. He'll start to go, and he puts on the brakes so you get contact. That's all he's looking for.
Well, this is the game. He knows the Warriors have 14 fouls. He knows the next whistle of free throws.
Of course.
He did that in the second quarter. He's doing it right here.
You have to be aware of that yourself as a defender. 38-year-old Ginobili.
So Manu Ginobili now with 8 off the bench. And the veteran guile of the Spurs is unmatched. Misfiring on the second free throw. Curry, quick release. And the rebound by Kevin Martin. Wanted West initially. Patty Mills from deep. And Ezeli will take care of that. rush, trying to create a little space, but he traveled.
Rattling violation.
11 Warrior turnovers, 7 on San Antonio, but points off turnovers only +2 for the Spurs.
I'd say that's a pretty good ratio for the Warriors after committing 12 turnovers.
Ginobili and Festus changed that shot. Iguodala breaking out of the pack. Tried to get it in, too much traffic, knocked away again.
If you go in there, you've got to be able to have the confidence that you can finish.
West at the high post, elect not to use the screen. Kevin Martin, corner three, that's a big shot.
You can't leave it. The Warriors defense has been superb.
They're holding San Antonio to 35% shooting. Ball moving around nicely. Brandon from the baseline, shot it strong. And the Spurs can play for one. Tenths of a second game shot clock difference, winding down the third.
Can they play 12 seconds of defense without fouling here? That's the objective. Get a stop, take the lead going into the fourth.
Mills from deep, missed it wide right. And Curry from 65, he backed it in! And they waved it off.
Well, I was
going
going
to replay because it's at 0-0.
When you're scrambling for the ball, and Steph Curry's in the vicinity.
He's in town to wrap up the season. Will they be looking to tie the Bulls or set a new all-time record for wins in a season? 12 minutes here in the fourth will decide that. Barnes on the face-up on Anderson. Rises in, tried to dunk it. And he will draw the foul. Boban Marjanovic, his first playing time. And the largest Spur in to defend the rim.
How about this move? An attempted finish. That's taking it to the rack.
Boban, 7'3", 290, the rookie out of Serbia.
That was a strong move by Harrison. Let's see if he can come alive here in the fourth quarter.
Now we've seen Marjanovic during.
Barnes never got a shot attempt in about 8 minutes in that third quarter.
Pulled the string short on that second free throw. So Azili with Livingston, Ian Clark, Iguodala, and Harrison Barnes. Marjanovic and Ginobili, along with Kevin Martin, Patty Mills. And there's Marjanovic scoring inside, and he is fouled.
He's not just big, he's got skills. Didn't try to put it on the floor there. He's already at the rim with his size, and he knows they're going to foul him more than likely.
Well, he's such a fun, easygoing guy. He's become kind of a cult figure here in San Antonio. He'll go out and do the personal appearances. He's fresh to the fans because they've had so many of the Spurs stars for so many years. Had a lot of fun with Boban this year.
Yeah, that game number one, the Warriors won at Oracle. He played 13 minutes and got 12 points in the process. 4 field goals and 4 free throws.
So very quickly, Mo Spade's in.
He knows how to score.
And Mo rising and misfiring.
Mo can get that shot. He may be a go-to guy right here because I'm not sure the big fella can come out on him.
How much do the Warriors have in the tank? Having flown to Memphis, flown here in the world.
Yes, and he knows how to. I've only been to Buenos Aires.
Harrison Barnes, as he did in the fourth quarter in Memphis.
Well, I see what I see in him is a little spark here of confidence right now. A little sense of urgency and not wasting any time.
What is the score when Curry re-enters? That's what Steve Kerr's looking at right now. Can they stay even with the Spurs or add to this lead? Kevin Martin, always been a clever scorer, tying things at 65.
Yeah, he's still got game at 33. At least at the offensive end. And probably better defensively here with Popovich.
Ian Clark a three. And rimming that out. Ginobili always keeps the pressure on the defense. Anderson wants to post up Clark. Wheels around with a size advantage, but can't finish.
Clark held his own there, held his position.
Harrison Barnes again, another three!
I'm telling you, you can just feel the confidence coming. They like that pace. They like to find that flow.
Shot clock at 5.
No foul here.
Patty Mills and Mo playing the D. The ball loose. It never hit iron, but it's goaltended.
Well,
was it a 24-second violation? Monty McCutcheon said one of the shots hit the iron. And Sean Corbin telling Steve Kerr one of those shots hit the iron, so it was not a 24-second violation.
Well, for Leonard, that's only his 5th made field goal of the night on 17 tries. Steve did a good job on him.
Steve was asking, could you go to stoppage? They couldn't get some help from Secaucus and make it a 24-second violation, but do not know if that's going to be the case. And Mo Spates, he's railing the jumper.
So he's the X factor right now. He's going to get all the looks he wants. Boban, difficult for him to come out. If he does come out, Mo can take him off the dribble.
Mills working with a big man.
Boban has an answer, doesn't he? That was pretty clever. Pretty swift, wasn't it?
As I said, very skilled inside, and at 7'3", 290, he's a monster.
Yeah, a little finesse there, as well as strength.
Mo Spates 3, and rimmed it out.
Boban, no foul there.
Nope, Leonard jumped in.
Yep. Didn't get the call.
Harrison Barnes. He's hit 2 big fourth-quarter jumpers, missing there.
Stopped the ball.
Kevin Martin had it knocked away. Ian Clark with a quick hands. Harrison Barnes streaking to the iron to lay it up and out, but get to the line.
I don't think I've ever seen Harrison Barnes push the ball any faster, any more determined than he did on this play. Just couldn't quite get the roll. Had a chance for a 2-on-1, and I like it that he just said, I'm going to take this until someone stops me.
So Barnes, all this time, Jim, buying rest for Stephen Curry. Is that Barnes has been the lifeline here in the fourth quarter. Harrison, 7 of his 9 here.
Over the last 11 or 12 games, he's just taken it upon himself. I've got to play better. I'm going to play better. I'm determined to do some wins.
1 point lead at the end of 3, up a deuce right now. Clock at 5, Marjanovic, and Mo says no.
This is one heck of a game. There are so many elements to it.
Spates rolling, and Spates is fouled. Well, you identified it, Jim. Mo is not more mobile than most big men, but he certainly is against Marjanovic. And so you got to stand tall on one end.
He did a great job of Marjanovic. He's not going to block the shot. Just tries to impede his progress a little bit without a big bump.
So Draymond Green back in.
Ask you, how would a playoff series be with these two teams?
I can't wait.
Oh, man.
I can't wait.
I think the NBA should make a ruling. One of these teams moves to the Eastern Conference before the playoffs begin, at the end of this regular season.
Now, if you love sports, you got to appreciate excellence. 19 years of 50 or more wins for San Antonio, 5 titles.
And for these teams at both ends of the floor.
And for the Warriors, 67 wins, backing it up with 71 and shooting to tie the Bulls.
Mo Spates, nice block out, gets the rebound. He's giving him everything they could ever ask for in this series.
Klay Thompson catch and shoot 3!
How long is Greg Popovich going to let this go? We're talking of a lead now of 7.
Biggest, a little leaner.
Once a shooter, always a shooter.
Another part of that deep Spurs bench.
Nice pickup.
Livingston has Parker on him. The shot clock's at 5. Sean's got to get in that rhythm. The turnaround is good.
He wasn't going to get any closer because he saw Boban Marjanovic inside. He said, I think I'll stop right here. Thank you.
But able to rest Curry for half the fourth quarter right now and add to the lead. Aldridge, deep position, and the skill.
And it just jumps into you, and I'm not complaining. It's all legal. He just knows how to use his body, so you can't defend him.
So Steve Kerr is going to take the timeout.
Years later. Steve Kerr, though, did his job. One of the greatest of all time.
Well, Stephen Curry checks in as both teams have unlocked the key offensively in the second half shooting.
You think it helps the Warriors when they get a little free flowing?
Leonard saved the layup. What a block. So only 8 to shoot. We check in with Roz.
Before Coach Kerr could get to the huddle, reinforcing the message for no let up. He said, come on, guys, close it out. Close it out.
Long way to go with 5:37 left. Only 8 to shoot here. Nearly a backcourt violation. Draymond saved it. Curry to beat the buzzer. He banked it in. Banked it in with a right-hand runner.
You can say luck, but it just happens too often. He makes his luck. I'm telling you, sometimes he's charmed.
Kevin Martin and Kawhi with David West and Aldridge. Curry deflected it. Stephen with the steal. Stephen a foot race. Running to Klay Thompson to dunk it down.
This is the game they like. Turnover, quick hits. They've got the talent to finish it.
They've held the Spurs to 37% shooting. Lockdown Warrior defense all night.
Parker doesn't go back to Aldridge.
Parker off iron. Aldridge another offensive rebound. Curry, quick hands.
Which invites a break.
Play on the kickback. Draymond didn't want that 3.
Smart. Patience.
Stephen down the lane, and he's roofed but fouled.
I like the patience of Draymond and 2 free throws come, which can give them the double-digit lead. He goes in here. Let's see if there's, I'll tell you what, Steve Kerr, and he wouldn't like it, but when you're holding on the ball and you grab it like that, you are going to fall. They got a lot of ball there.
And Curry, 2 free throws. In the building that has haunted him, Steph Curry has 31. Worst shooting against any opponent, worst shooting in any venue. He's broken through tonight. Marcus Aldridge.
Until he misses.
He's got 22 and 10.
He's the only one they've been able to depend on today.
Iguodala knocked away. Push ahead, Kevin Martin, just too far.
That's un-San Antonio light. They can cut it a little bit here, and the pass is overthrown. When Andre drives like that, he's got to make sure he moves that ball around to get at least to the free throw line. You want to come away with a foul when you drive if you don't convert.
Curry, step back deep 3, off iron, and Bogut with a foul on Kawhi Leonard. That's only the second Warrior team foul. So this last 3:30.
San Antonio, next foul will put the Warriors in the bonus at the line. That's why that turnover a moment ago on the attempted fast break.
Leonard on the baseline. Bogut sent him away. There's Aldridge. And as you see, go to him every time. He's had the hot hand. He's hitting the mid-range. He's got 24. And Steve Kerr wants a timeout. So
Side as well. And, of course, from the free throw line, when you look at him, shooting over 90%, second in the league, only behind Jamal Crawford.
how about the execution of the fourth quarter? Warriors 7 of 14, Spurs 8 of 15. We're talking high level, and Klay Thompson off the curl.
In this quarter for San Antonio, the game's opened up, and then all of a sudden the lane is opened up, even in the half court. Beautifully done.
By Leonard, and he can elevate and pick up the dribble.
They're staying down on the pump fakes.
Leonard, bothered by Barnes, rebound Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, he's got long arms.
And off iron, knocked away to the Warriors.
I think they knocked it off Aldridge's hands.
Well, up 9 here. You're playing the Spurs and the clock.
Yes, and they know it. The Spurs feel it. They were a little down after not converting there.
Curry weaving through traffic. Stephen inside to lay it in.
Well, it's not over, but that is a big step toward a victory and 72 wins right there.
Biggest lead of the night. Beautiful pass from West to Leonard.
You want to keep, when San Antonio has the ball, you want to keep them on the perimeter, make them make a bunch of passes and use a little time. Don't let him score that fast.
Curry gets Aldridge on a switch. Steph drives by. Kick out Barnes. 3 on the way. Is off iron. Batted back out in a fresh 24.
And you use it all. I think the streak is about to be over. Mr. Fitzgerald.
Curry, the ball handling, the skill, the finish. He's a wizard.
This is going to help them if they meet them in the Western Conference Finals. No question.
And Steph fouling Kevin Martin.
Some fans are leaving the arena. How do you describe this shot? A little floater, 1-footer. I mean, we're talking about a layup that is outside the lane, from outside the lane.
You have to credit Harrison Barnes and Ian Clark and Iguodala, and that 6 minutes into the fourth.
Yep.
So he had some legs and had a little burst to be the closer.
How about this on back-to-back nights?
The Warriors have had some goofy 2-game road trips this year. At Memphis, then go to Minnesota, 2 games. At New Orleans and Houston, 2 games. At Memphis, San Antonio, 2 games. That's a lot of flying, a lot of air miles, and a lot of distance to play 2 games on a back-to-back. Both games in San Antonio have been on the back end of a back-to-back. And yet the Warriors, in chasing history, are a minute 24 away from catching the Bulls. Little half-court trap. Careful with Kawhi Leonard in terms of steals. Now Curry has it. Ball moving around. Shot clock at 7. San Antonio, the frenetic D, and they do knock it away. It's still Warrior ball with 4.6. Steve Kerr is going to use a full timeout. We'll talk about the execution. The streak, Tim, we are tired of talking about. Livingston on the baseline and rimmed it out. Spurs need 3s, and they need them in a hurry.
Warriors have actually increased the lead by 2 in the last 2 minutes when the Spurs wanted to change everything.
Kawhi Leonard was fouled shooting a 3. It'll be 3 free throws.
Hasn't the old cliche, a struggling jump shooter.
Well, this is the worst of every world here, is that it's 3 free throws and it stops the clock. Draymond got him on the release.
He sure did.
We talked about this on Thursday. Kawhi Leonard has increased his three-point percentage by better than 10% over his career. That's the highest increase of any individual player in the NBA. To be on the same leaderboard page with J.J. Redick, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Kawhi Leonard, the top 4 three-point shooters in the league, is really a credit to his work ethic.
He's an 88% free throw shooter as well. Gets all 3 there.
It's a 2-possession game right now. They're hounding Curry. The Warriors have to be strong with the ball. All the steal attempts. Play is doubled. Shot clock base, no. Tip, no. Loose. And Leonard comes up with it. Spurs are not done yet. They need a 3 right now. Kawhi's going to go for the quick 2. That keeps it a 2-possession ball game, but you got to get it in. And Draymond smartly going to use the timeout.
A 20-second timeout. 20 seconds.
Could be any of the 4, couldn't it?
So they do advance it into the front court. You want Steph or Klay to shoot free throws. Livingston also an excellent free thrower. And Curry has it and he's fouled. A member of that exclusive 50-40-90 club. 50% from the field, better than 40% on threes, and 90% from the foul line. He's at 50, 45, and 90 coming into the game.
Popovich doesn't think he was fouled. He didn't like the quick foul call. Is he itching for a tee?
Stephen Curry on the back end of a back-to-back with 37 points in San Antonio. Final 15 seconds. Into the backcourt, it was deflected, not a violation. Final 8 seconds. That one blocked. No need to shoot. No need to foul. The Golden State Warriors have equaled the Chicago Bulls as the only 2 teams in NBA history to be 72 wins and 1 game remaining on Wednesday. They tie the Bulls with a chance to go for History Wednesday. They pin the first loss at home to San Antonio, and they end forever the streak of 33 straight regular season losses in San Antonio.
San Antonio gave them their best